Man, what's going on YouTube? Today we're about to react to PlaqueboyMax exposes these YouTubers, or I'm sorry, these rappers.
How much PlaqueboyMax embarrassed these rappers. Recently, we spoke about the smoking incident involving streamer PlaqueboyMax, rapper Lil TJ, and rapper 584. There's a couple updates to the story, and let's just say that honestly, it's kind of embarrassing what happened. Also, I didn't put it in the title, but I'll also be covering the Goonacide story from Arizona. If you're deep in the social media world, you know exactly what I'm talking about. TLDR, there's a story that's going viral on social media right now of a man in Arizona who pulled his pants down in a drive-thru, got exposed as a creep, and ended up...
What the fuck is niggas doing pulling their pants down in the drive-thrus, bro? I used to work at Jack in the Box, bro. If I see anybody pull up in the drive-thru pulling their pants down, they get Swiss cheese on the spot. Get Swiss cheese on the spot, bro.
Leaving this earth, let's just put it like that. That's the second part of the video, but let's start with the first part. I've covered this story in 2 different videos. Like you guys know, streamer PlaqueboyMax was doing a live stream where 2 different rappers appeared, Lil TJ and rapper 584. They ended up disrespecting his space by smoking the Zaza after he told them multiple times to cut it out. Now, a few things happened after that last video I made. So we spoke about how Lil TJ responded to PlaqueboyMax, and if you guys heard his response, obviously it was very, very immature.
I'm like, you think I've been in jail, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I've been in jail as a minor, bro. I was a felon at 13. You feel me? Excuse me, appreciate it. What type of reaction you really think you gonna get from that, gang? Like, you think you my mother, bro? Like, for real, niggas just slap the shit out of you. I'm on.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. The way I thought about that situation, bro, Lil TJ was tripping, bro. They're tripping. Him and 504, bro. All they had to do was stop smoking, bro. It's his space, bro. It's how he makes his money, all that shit. All them niggas had to do is just stop smoking, you know? Just vibe, bro. It's never that serious, bro.
I'm a bro, so
He was essentially saying, I'm gonna beat up his ass, I'm a straight nigga, I was a felon at 13, just all kinds of, you know, childish stuff. I generally don't know what Lil TJ was on, and it's sad how much this negatively affected his reputation. I mean, that man got shot 7 times and survived. You would think that someone who went through a traumatic experience like that would have a different approach to things, but apparently not. So aside from that, what ended up happening is both 504 and Lil TJ decided to capitalize on all the attention they were getting from the story. Because like you guys probably know, they're just not that relevant anymore, and they've both been getting more press from this entire situation than anything they've done musically in a while. So starting with Fabio, he actually previewed a song he made about what happened.
I'm the real PlaqueboyMax. PlaqueboyMax.
The snippet was posted on his social media account, and people started instantly clowning it. Like, damn, are you really this down bad to the point where you got a clout chase off of a streamer? But then something interesting happened, which is people started praising the snippet, which was obviously not supposed to happen. That wasn't a part of the plot, but it did, right? So 584 decided to play along like, oh, word, y'all think this song I made after I disrespected this guy's space is fire? Let's get it. He did what any smart person would do, which is follow the narrative that benefits his own interest. And I want to say, I don't really understand why people praise the song, but then again, being honest with you, sonically, this song does sound better than anything I've heard from 504 ever in his entire career. And plus, the production on it is really, really, really good. Now, PlaqueboyMax actually decided to play along with it as well, to the point where he danced to the song, right? And then what happened after that is he somehow ended up getting in contact with Fabio, recorded a verse to it, and apparently he's now going to be featured on the song.
I'm not gonna lie, that's W work. That's W work. You feel me? Turn a crazy situation, you know, a negative situation to a positive situation, you feel me? And keep it going the song. That's how you're supposed to handle these situations, bro. Not supposed to take any of this shit too seriously, bro. Especially being an influencer, bro. As soon as we start taking shit hella seriously, bro, feel me? That's when shit gets, gets bad, you feel me? A lot of people are trolls out here, bro. You gotta ignore the trolls.
Family proof your family with Life 360.
Part of me is like, is this a publicity stunt? Like, was this a publicity stunt all along? But then again, I don't really think so. What I personally think is happening here is PlaqueboyMax, from his perspective, is thinking this is beneficial for me, and he's probably right. It's probably beneficial for him. On the other hand, he could have also went the other route, which would have worked for him as well, and that would look like him not doing the verse for the song and clowning it instead. But he decided to sleep with the enemy, so to speak. Now, Lil TJ also decided to capitalize on this moment of attention, and he did so by promoting Fabio's song and wait for it, by making merch off this story. PlaqueboyMax, however, wasn't happy with this, and he stated that he's gonna sue him.
No cap. The back of the hoodie say, he hit the dance.
Lil TJ, I'm suing shit out of you.
Now, he could actually sue him, which is the funny part, because he used his likeness, name, and brand on that merchandise when he didn't have his permission, and that's obviously illegal for anyone who didn't know. I think this story is actually pretty sad because it highlights a lot of not so good things about hip-hop. I mean, the rap game is so down bad to the point where we have famous rappers clout chasing off of streamers. Who would have thought we'd ever make it to this place? Not me. Specifically, it does highlight that clout chasing is still very lucrative in hip-hop. No matter how much this negatively reflects on both of these rappers right here, at the end of the day, they got a bunch of press, not for their music, but for their antics, right? Which kind of brings it back to the Lil Pump era, and I thought we were past that.
Oh God, I don't know what Lil Pump was on, bro. That dude, man, I don't even know what happened to dude, bro. But yeah, cloud chasing is still a big thing, bro. A lot of people cloud chase off of so many people, bro. And to piggyback off what he said, bro, rap is just not the same no more, bro. These streamers are, you feel me? These Kai Cenats, bro, make it the big bucks, bro. They're the ones that are running this shit. You know what I mean? They're the people that everybody wants to watch and interact with. So you know what I mean? Getting on a stream with a streamer, bro, that boosts your clout crazy, bro, for real.
This point, but apparently not. This is of course going to incentivize other rappers to capitalize on certain moments that happen in their career, and I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but if you're going to spin something towards your advantage, just make sure that it actually makes you look good. And also think the issue is when it becomes more about the antics than the music itself, because what kind of energy is this attracting to your name anyway? Nothing useful, because if you're in the headlines for acting belligerent and being disrespectful, do you really want that to be attached to your name? Now, if you think all publicity is good publicity, then go ahead. It all depends on what action we're talking about and how you look at things, right? Overall, I think we can conclude that streamers are definitely the new rappers. What do you guys think? Now, aside from this story, I also want to talk about another story which involves this guy right here. Now, I'm sure you might have heard about the story in question because it's gone beyond viral on social media at this point. So the other day, there was this clip that started getting traction on social media. It was a short clip of a woman who was working at a drive-thru, walking up to a car. It was a Dodge. And then there was a man in the car who did look, you know, in the first few seconds of this clip, as the woman walks up to his car, he kind of looks happy. He's like smiling. And then after that, something happens, right? The woman walks up to, you know, this man's car on the first few seconds of it, and she says, "Hi, how are you?"
Hi, how are you?
He responds saying, "Good." She says the same thing, and as she's walking up to the car with the camera in her hand, right, the camera's on, she says, "Have you been here before?"
Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah. He responds and says, yeah, with a big ass smile on his face. She then brings the camera super close to his car as he's sitting down inside of it, and after that, she says, "Sir, you need to leave."
Good. Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Call 911.
Brody have no pants on, bro? Is this nigga serious? Fucking DP, nigga. Put off. Nigga. Put off, nigga.
And this man ended up doing the dash faster than TK was running from the police back in 2017 when he was doing the dash. You remember that? Now here's the backstory to this clip, right? The man in question was apparently in his 20s, and the guy was apparently known by this establishment. The place is Bikini Beans, which is located in Arizona, and it's one of those...
You're down bad, bro, for you to pull up to one of those fucking bikini, fucking coffee shops or whatever the fuck with no pants on, bro. You are down bad, nigga. Hella down bad, nigga. Oh my mother, you are damn bad.
There's type of spots where, you know, the women are serving their customers with bikinis on and stuff like that, right? So he had been a customer there before, which is why she said, "Hey, have you been here before?" And he said yes. He admitted to that on camera. Now the guy, like you probably, you know, seen in the clip, had his, like, literally he had no pants, okay? No pants. And as a matter of fact, his hand appears very near his, you know, his private parts. He essentially pulled up to the drive-thru and was, I guess, beating his meat, right, with those pants down. So someone posted this on a Facebook group stating the following. They said, and the group is called Arizona Moms Helping Other Moms, right? And she said, "All right, y'all be careful. This happened while my sister was at work. She works at Bikini Bean in Tempe. This man had himself exposed as if it was okay, like absolutely disgusting. If you see him, stay away." And then there was a picture of his car, a screenshot of the reel, and his funny facial expression. And it was around this time that the video started going viral. Now the update to this particular story is the following post. Okay, so I had posted this just yesterday. We were able to get a name of the guy who did this. I had spoken with his wife to let her know the situation and that the video was going viral, and she informed...
Wow. wow. Man, this shit is sick, bro. Had a wife too. And then took his life because of the situation. This shit is fucking crazy. We're in a fucking simulation.
Me that he had killed himself. I'm not sure what to think on this situation anymore. What he did was wrong, yes, but to take his own life is just, I don't know. I do hope no one had been messaging him saying awful things that influenced his decision. I only spoke with his wife, never addressed him. I gave his information to the owner of Bikini Beans to give to the police, but this is not what I expected at all. So you heard that correctly. This guy pulled up to the drive-thru on some weird ass shit, right? And he got exposed for being a creep, and then he did the dash like take K, and like a day or two later, he ends up killing himself. This was confirmed by his own family. So there are a couple interesting details about the story. Number one, this guy was actually a father. Like, I think they even mentioned it in that post, right? Actually, did they? I don't really know, right? Actually, I think they mentioned that he had a wife, but not a kid. Okay, he was a father. Instantly after the story went viral, there are a couple of different opinions floating around about this story. So some people were actually on the side of the guy, especially after they found out that he had deleted himself, right? And then there are a bunch of people who condemned his actions. So there was a little bit of a balance, actually, if you paid attention to the response in the story. Now, the establishment, they responded to the situation by saying the following: our thoughts and prayers are with the family of the individual involved during this difficult time. This was an unfortunate and tragic situation. As a company, the safety of our employees is always our top priority. In this case, an individual chose to commit a crime at one of our locations. We take incidents like this very seriously and remain committed to protecting our team and maintaining a safe and respectful environment. Thank you for your continued support. And now to the most important part of the video, which is the breakdown. So first of all, I want to make it very clear, right? I personally don't have an ounce of sympathy for this guy right here. Why? Well, let me tell you why. That may sound harsh considering the circumstances, but the only people I have in my thoughts right now is, most importantly, his child and his wife, who he betrayed. I'm surprised the amount of people who feel compassion for this guy. I know that this type of situation involving someone who, you know, off themselves, right? It's usually very sensitive, and you guys know how serious I am about mental health, right? And I do think we should take those things seriously because those things actually matter. But let's take a look at what happened in this particular story. So this guy was just being a creep. He publicly exposed himself to women who were working, okay? They're at their job. And of course, we were talking about an establishment where they were all wearing bikinis, but that's not really relevant because that's what the job entails. It's a part of the job, right? The bottom line is this guy essayed, because that's what it is, okay? He essayed another person in public at their job, got caught on camera doing it, and then he couldn't deal with the consequences of his actions, and he takes the easy way out. And honestly,
Man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, bro. I agree with Black Sea, bro. It's true, bro. You can't be going out in public doing crazy shit and then get bashed for it and then, you know, want people to sympathize with you. You feel me? That's like these pedophiles, you know what I mean? That go around here, you know, doing shit with, you know, these minors, and then, you know, feel me? You can't be doing stuff like that, bro.
is the easy way out if you really think about it. There's absolutely no way I'm going to feel an ounce of compassion for this guy. There's honest men out there who face false allegations coming from women in this world. It happens, and those are the men that I feel sorry for.
He was a 16-year-old star linebacker with a full-ride scholarship to USC and a dream to play in the NFL, when in 2002, a classmate accused Banks of raping her in the stairwell of their Long Beach high school.
When you go into that courtroom, the jury is going to see a big black teenager, and you're automatically going to be assumed guilty. Those are her exact words.
Now, statistically, okay, we have to actually bring that up. Statistically, false allegations isn't nearly as common as real ones, okay? But you get the point. There's men who go through stuff like that, okay? Like that man right there who spent 5 years in jail for something he didn't do. He had a full ride scholarship at the age of 16 years old, and his entire future got taken away from him because a woman said that he did something he ain't really do. And then we have this guy purposely driving up to, what, this drive-thru with no pants on, and then he deletes himself because he can't take the consequences? Are you serious? Like, do you know how wrong things have to be in your head for you to actually do something like this? Obviously, he was smart enough to know that he didn't want to face the consequences for his creepy actions. So I'm going to be smart enough to not feel something knowing that he knew what he did. And just a bigger conversation here is there's a lot of degenerate shit happening out here. I think I seen a viral tweet in relation to this story regarding how porn is doing a number on men. And if I'm not mistaken, there are a lot of people who disagreed with that tweet. There's actually a lot of truth to this, in my opinion. Porn is merely, of course, a symptom of a broader issue, which is the pervasive sexualization in our society. And all this is impacting our dopamine receptors, which are directly involved in regulating pleasure and emotion. Aside from that, I do think it's greatly contributing to this younger generation of men not having any sexual discipline. And for the record, this guy was obviously just a creep. And if that's what you are, no amount of discipline is going to change that, right? But it does tell you something, because, you know, what I'm talking about right now has created a warped view of sexuality in general. It's created a warped view of sexuality in relation to women as well. And I think social media algorithms are having a detrimental effect on the behavior of so many young people now. And all this is going on subconsciously. The type of content we get exposed to now promotes a certain type of behavior. And when you have a bunch of fatherless young men taking this in, the outcomes are severe. And also too, a lot of these men are not having any interactions with women, so that doesn't really help, right? They're like consuming all these podcasts talking about women, but they're not having any conversations with actual real women in the world, right? And like we've seen, like what's going on right now is it goes from consuming the content to now contributing to the content. In terms of young men paying for OnlyFans, right? It used to be you look at things, but now unfortunately you're monetarily supporting the system of that explicit content. And so a lot of these men also, they end up building these parasocial relationships with these women, thinking that these women they're paying for, that they care about them, when obviously they really don't. And also too, another thing, if you don't really know, a lot of these so-called conversations men are having with these women who have these OnlyFans pages, it's like AIs. Not even AI. Sometimes they hire someone, pay them a little bit of money, and that person is conversing with this guy who has this OnlyFans subscription, and this guy is like, oh damn, I'm talking to this woman, but nah, you're not talking, you're talking to a bot.
You're not talking to no woman, bro. You talking to a guy, bro. Man, that's how it be a lot of these times, bro. Feel me? Men posing as women, trying to get you tricks. You know what I mean? Feel me? Be some boys doing that.
Not about you talking to another person she hired. They're on a payroll, bro. But anyway, it gets so bad to the point where a lot of these women end up getting stalked and they get harassed by those same men.
So I highly encourage you to really be careful, okay? Really be careful. Because there's going to be a time where you'll wish you hadn't done it. And imagine if you get so freaked out that one of those stalkers is standing in front of your car one day when you're coming out of the grocery store. There are real strange psychopaths out there, and you getting them addicted to staring at a screen and touching themselves could play out in some
10 out of 10 friends say you have to go to that new place, which you have zero time for.
horrific ways.
And these are things that never used to happen in the past because we didn't have this before in society. And by the way, I'm not saying that this particular event right here is really related to everything that I'm talking about here, but I am saying that everything is for sure connected, right? And also too, we can't always blame things on mental health issues, man. Everybody's going through things. Bro, I'm going through some shit right now. You think you're gonna see me pulling up with my pants down? Come on, man. Sometimes people are just so disgusting and perverted. They can't help themselves. And the question is, how does one's mind get to a point like this? I think it's a mix of everything we talked about in this video, on top of the fact that some people are just sick in the head, bro. Some people got issues, man. Funny enough, I did say sick in the head, and then I'm like, oh, we can't use mental health as an excuse. But I'm saying you can't use mental health as an excuse for putting people through stuff like this. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, all of us are going through something. I'm sure you're going through something, but you're not doing what this guy did, right? Now, the sad part is these types of things happen every single day, but not all of it gets caught on camera like this. And I know a lot of us as men don't think about this, but women live a completely different reality, man, when it comes to things like this. Like, a woman has to worry about things that don't even cross my mind. She could be, you know, taking the trash out, and there could be someone lurking in the corner who's been stalking her.
That's so true, man. These women out here, man, live different lives than us men. I couldn't imagine me going out, taking out the garbage, you know, potentially having to defend myself from a person who's way bigger, you know, way stronger than me, you know what I mean? I mean, that can happen to men too, but, you know, as a woman, you know, men are just stronger, and they just got the advantage, so, man, it's crazy.
then he does something to her, right? So the behavior this guy was exhibiting, if we don't condemn it, we're literally putting other women in danger for absolutely no reason. And this is not about feeling sorry for someone who felt comfortable enough to do this. It's about creating a safer world, man. Because if the dude was comfortable enough doing this, only God knows what other things he did and what he might have gotten away with. I mean, what if he flashed himself to a little girl publicly and there were no cameras around? That's the kind of stuff that we're enabling if we don't denounce this. And what signal and message does that send to all the young men paying attention to a story like this? That we should feel sorry for a predator? Nah, fuck that nigga. All around, this is a sad story, and my thoughts are with his wife and of course his child, because imagine having to live for the rest of your life with the fact that your dad isn't here anymore because he's now the face for this thing they call gooning. Anyway, if you made it this far, drop a like on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this little 2-piece special, okay? If you enjoyed it,
man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. You guys go tap in with Black C Speaks, man.